Okay, my name's Elaine Faber, and I have published 8 books. So today I'm going to read from you the second in my Mrs. Oddbody series. This is a humorous World War II elderly, eccentric sleuth lady who believes there's Nazi spies and conspiracies everywhere. There must be. So the idea of the story is where we are right now is she's on a train going across country carrying a package to President Roosevelt, and she's sure that there's going to be a Nazi spy on that train trying to steal her package. So she goes into Albuquerque. One day the train stops, she makes a day trip into Albuquerque, and while she's there, she's mugged, and the mugger steals her purse and knocks her on the head. So she's rescued by a black, injured, I guess you call him a wounded veteran. He picks her up off the sidewalk, and she tells him she needs to get back to the train. So that's where we're starting. Agnes glanced up at the clock on the corner. 12 o'clock, that's the train whistle. I'm too late. We're blocks away. We'll never make it. Charles jerked a bicycle from the stand. I have an idea. Get on the handlebars, and we'll be at the station in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Agnes gasped. Are you out of your mind? You want me to sit on the handlebars? I'm old. I can't do that. Do you want to get to the station or not? It's your only chance. Make up your mind. Time's a-wasted. I can ride a bike. Let me take it. She reached for the handlebars. That's stealing, and you'd have to leave it at the station. I can return it before the owner knows it's gone. What do you say, Mrs. Oddbody? This is Mrs. Oddbody, by the way. Here. Agnes hefted her skirt and backed over the front tire. With only a little bit of help from Charles, she balanced her rump on the handlebars. Oh, this is never going to work. She clutched the handlebars beside her hips and spread her legs lest her skirt get caught in the spokes. Charles pushed off. The bike waggled back and forth, stabilized, and they were wheeling off the street. Agnes held on for dear life and screamed as air rushed past her face. As she shrieked at every turn, Charles wove deftly in and out between the cars, raced through a red light, and sped toward the train station. Hairpins flew from the back of her head like miniature missiles, stabbing Charles' neck and shoulders. We must be quite a sight, Mrs. Oddbody, he yelled. Imagine how funny we look. A black man driving a bicycle with a white woman perched on the handlebars. Woo-hoo! As Charles skidded to a stop at the edge of the train station platform, the train was already inching down the track, blowing its whistle. Agnes lurched off the front of the bike. Following the wild ride, she staggered forward. Charles dropped the bicycle, rushed to her side, and grabbed her arm to keep her from falling. I'm sorry, Mrs. Oddbody, we're too late. Come and sit down. He helped her to a bench as the caboose pulled away from the station. Within a minute, the train disappeared down the track. The only sound on the platform was a slight gurgle in Agnes's chest. She closed her eyes and tried to catch her breath. Well, we tried, Mrs. Oddbody. Charles patted her arm as a faint whistle in the distance cut through the air. Agnes dabbed her sleeve across her eyes and smoothed flyaway hair behind her ears, stabbing wayward hairpins back into her bun. She rammed the silver chopsticks firmly into place. A smile trembled on her lips. Thank you, Charles. We gave it our Christian darndest, didn't we? We surely did, ma'am. Another minute and we'd have made it. Agnes twisted her handkerchief. Tears blurred her gaze across the deserted platform and down the track where only moments ago the train had carried away her granddaughter, Catherine. Charles picked at his fingernail. Okay, so you've missed your train. What are you going to do now? Agnes shrugged. Since the man stole my wallet, I have no money to buy another ticket. I'm not exactly sure what to do. For whatever reason, divine intervention had thrown her and Charles together. Ever since she was mugged and helped up from the pavement, she didn't have a shred of a plan how to get back to Catherine, much less how to repay a homeless ex-military corpsman's assistance for helping her thus far. She turned as he approached, holding a paper bag. What have you got there? Lunch is served. I've got French fried potatoes, cold but still edible. I'll cut off this part of the apple with the bite in it. The other half is perfect. I don't suppose you want this half can of soda pop. You pulled all that out of the garbage. Do you expect me to eat it? Really, Charles, I don't think so. It'll be a cold day and you know where before I resort to eating from a garbage can. Charles chopped the apple in half. Look, this half is as good as new. Agnes shook her head and turned away. Suit yourself. He bit into one of the cold French fries. Charles' face lit up with a mischievous grin. Hold on a minute. I know what we'll do. Do you trust me? Will you do exactly as I say? He tugged on her sleeve. Wait, Charles, where are we going? The bunions on her big toes screamed as he pulled her off the bench and across the uneven gravel towards the train tracks. You said you'd trust me, so hush and come along. As it happens, the mail train is leaving soon, headed for Little Rock, Arkansas. So, are you planning to stick a stamp on my forehead and mail me there? No, we're going to stow aboard the train. Charles grinned from ear to ear. You have got to be kidding. Have you by chance noticed that I am a somewhat rotund woman of advanced age? Hopping aboard a mail train is beyond my comfort zone. I'm not kidding, Charles said. I hadn't exactly planned that we should make a running leap at the boxcar. It's just sitting out there. We'll wait until no one is looking and climb inside. We should be quite comfortable, you'll see. I have this all planned out, and I still have half an apple. Trust me. Did you hear when the train arrives in Little Rock? Agnes held her breath. I suspect it gets to Little Rock about 1 p.m. tomorrow. Perfect. Let's get going. If the mail train is on time, we'll catch up with Catherine's train. Oh, Charles, this might work after all. What a perfect plan. Now, of course, this was a very edited, condensed scene that I had to cut down for 8 minutes. So if you're interested in how it really works out and the rest of the story, my book is right up there. Thank you very much.